Hey guys, to follow the Twyla video I just made, we have the next hero, which is already on test server and will be coming most likely in about a month, and that is Beatrix. As you can see on the screen, this is the banner that she'll be on. Beatrix and Comet should be after Twyla, or at least around the same time. Halloween, of course. And she's pretty interesting. She's definitely very unique, very weird, and she is a summoner. So clearly, the summoner meta does exist, and she is projected to be, near the end of the month. So that's pretty hype. Now, she is very, very interesting. If you look at this range right here, this weird ass range, it's a little hard to show because I have it zoomed in, but you get the idea, right? If you look on the right, this range is strange. It's Ajax range on test server. Apparently, it was Cratch range. I don't know if they changed it or not. I'll get confirmation and I'll put it here right now if I do get news on it. But she's very weird, right? So I figure why not go over her and see if she's even worth going for. Because for me, I will be going for this banner because I don't have Comet yet. As crazy as it is, I have 12,000 pulls, no Comet, no Setrum, no Nyx. So I will be pulling for this, but like, is she even that good? Is the question I want to answer here. So to quickly just go over, we're gonna go through the stats. She has pretty standard HP, 10,600. That is pretty good for areas you need HP, but if she's not that good in Go Bust 2, she won't really need it. Magic resistance fairly high, but that's customary for mages. Defense low, but that's customary for mages. Block is a typo. It should just be one block. Same thing for Twyla. The block number had the exact same as the cost. And speaking of cost, she is expensive as hell. 22 is very, very expensive, and that does somewhat limit her viability, but not by much. Let's be real. Cost is not that hard to get in this game. We got 4,000 attack, which is very solid for a mage. That's about what Vierna attack is, if I'm not mistaken. Speaking of Vierna, I think that is also the same attack interval, but she does actually benefit from attack speed, from what I understand. So she will be able to attack faster. Max rage 1,000 and standard rage stats. Now she is a summoner and a damage escalating. Like I said, she's a summoner. She has Ajax range, which has so much viability for Guild. We'll go over the kit and see if she really is in terms of the kit and the damage. But for now, that range is impeccable. Ajax range is insanely good, and there's no other hero that has it. So even that alone makes her very interesting. Beatrix, Shadow Collector, you get the idea, right? Now the talent is when an enemy dies in range, summons... Here, let me zoom in quickly. There we go. When an enemy dies in range, summons one Dream Eater. Dream Eater inherits 100% of the Master's attributes, so all of the stats, and assists the Master in attacking enemies in range. Each attack deals 40% AoE magic damage to up to 5 enemies. The Dream Eater exists for 18 seconds and explodes upon expiration. Dealing AoE magic damage to up to 5 enemies, up to 4 Dream Eaters can exist simultaneously. So let me just put this into perspective. When you kill an enemy, or anyone kills the enemy in range, which is an issue that Kriya has, for example, where Kriya has to get the kill, Beatrix will not have that issue because it's anyone who kills it, it will trigger her, and she can summon up to 4 of these guys, and they will all have her stats, which is insane. Imagine a 4,000 attack, essentially, mini Beatrix. You're just floating around while she is also attacking. So functionally, you will have 5 of this hero attacking at the same time if you can get that going. It does have a cooldown of 15 seconds here. So you are going to have to use the ult to get the max amount of Dream Eaters, but that is still interesting. And then when the Dream Eater explodes, Beatrix restores Rage, getting the ultimate up slightly faster. Not that much, but it will help. Now the AoE magic attack basic is, once again, hits 5 enemies with 120% AoE damage. And of course, while the Dream Eaters do a little bit less because they do 40%, it will. I just realized I messed up. So you will not have 5 Beatrixes on the field. When you have 4 down, it'll do like around the same damage as like 2.5 Beatrixes, maybe 3 Beatrixes. You get the idea. Okay, we all make mistakes. I'm bad at reading. Anyways, the manual is always better, so that is a bonus there. She summons 2 Dream Eaters. During the ultimate, increases the damage of both Beatrix and the summons by 35%, and reduces the cooldown of the talent by 5 seconds. So every 10 seconds, when an enemy dies in her range, she will be able to spawn one, and she also instantly spawns it immediately, and then it increases the damage a little bit. Are you going to have full uptime? Probably not, but she definitely is rage regen a little bit. You know, rage regen is so important in this game. You should be able to get decent uptime on that. Now, the Nightmare Curse passive is the basic attack of the hero and the Dream Eater. Each have a 30% chance of inflicting slow on enemies. Now, that is definitely good. Cultists are amazing with slow, with synergy. And also, that slow is just so good for areas like Gilby Guild, Gear Raid 1, Gear Raid, 4. I'm sure you could find some really good use for slow. Slow is definitely a good debuff, especially for mages. Now, her other passive is when an allied summon spawns on the field, increases the hero's attack by 1%, stacking up to 10 times. This can occur from both her and also other units, which is sick. So, clearly the game is heading towards something where you need more summoning units and definitely will have more viability. So what I do have to explain here, that this is a big deal, is because the game and the way that the games work with new heroes is they always sell you the solution before the content. It's very weird. It's not normal. Usually games release the content and sell the solution. That is kind of what they did with Lucius. But you kind of get the idea, right? Stuff like Honora, she is freeze immune and stuff, but there is not really that much of a use for that yet. But I know that chapter 10 of campaign will require something like that. Or not require, but it will definitely be good, which will allow more versatility there. Honora buff summons, Xeris does summons. All of these units are summoners or summon buffers. Like, we have Beelzebub coming fairly soon whenever the update rolls out, which it is pretty soon. And, we're getting all of these summoner units. We've gotten like 3 or 4 summoning units that are going to be coming very soon. And we've gotten a couple other ones, like I said, Honora, fairly recently. So clearly they are selling the solution here, and this kind of gives you a bit of a sign there. There is going to be more summoning heroes coming. So she's going to fit into that. And as you could read, she's going to be one of the better summoners in the game. Because currently we have what? Kriya, Honora. That's kind of the only DPS attackers in the game right now. And Beelzebub and Honora, I'm pretty sure both do summon damage increase. If I'm not mistaken about Honora. I haven't read her kit in a while. But we're getting Xeris soon. We're getting her. Right? So clearly that is going to come into play very heavily. Now, let's go over the awakenings here. Awakenings A1 is each stack of Spirit Drain. Spirit Drain being that increased attack passive. Each stack of Spirit Drain increases attack by 1%. And then the Dream Eater's death can also gain 1 stack of Spirit Drain. So you put him out, you get that plus 1%. And then it dies, and you get another stack plus 1%. It would be good if you do not have that much time and you need to get that stat increase early. But if you don't need that, this is going to be a pretty pointless A1. The A2 attack plus 300, very solid, especially because her attack is a bit lower since she's a mage. Mages always have lower attack, unless you're Ingrid. Screw Ingrid. A3 is when the Dream Eater dies, Beatrix restores 10% of her HP. I don't know where the hell you would ever use this. This is such a mid-awakening. And then the A4 is cost -3. Will go down to 19. A pretty basic awakening there. Not worth going for. And then the A5 increases the number of the Dream Eaters summoned by the ultimate by 1. When the talent is triggered, there is a 25% chance to summon 2 Dream Eaters. So this is the actually like decent awakening, where you will get 3 Dream Eaters when you click her ultimate immediately, and then when the talent is triggered, there's also a chance to summon 2 instead of summoning 1. This A5 is very, very good, but is it worth it? No. If you are a big spender, maybe you could go for it. Personally, I do not recommend it with any sense of the word to go for this. So that is Beatrix. I figured I would make this a little shorter than Twyla, because I don't think she's going to be as meta defining. Do I think she will be good? Yes. Mages in this game are essentially, for most content, you need either Comet, Vierna, in the case of Gear Dungeon 1, or you essentially cry yourself to sleep every night. Iona technically works, but the gear requirement's so freaking high, and you need a Lego Lord. You know, there's just a lot of content in this game where we kind of need more solid, just basic mages, and I think she will fulfill that by doing some summoning, some actual damage, and she will have a place in this game. The range, like I said, will be a big deal. Stuff like Void Rift, stuff like Guild, she might just have some extra versatility and viability because of that. I know there are a lot of cultist teams in Guild right now. Maybe someone could work something out with her because, like I said, her range is kind of nutty. And I'm sure someone will find like some really, really, really good place for her. And like I said, there's going to be some summon boosters, some summon meta, and it is possible that there is content in the future where you need summoners for, and she will be the solution. I cannot guarantee that, but that is my guess. Here's the banner art if you guys want. You know, take a screenshot if you need it for anything. And I think that's kind of everything. So, thank you for watching. I do appreciate it. Big thanks to Panther T, Oasis, and Rokanchi for all of the help. I do appreciate it. Like and subscribe if you would like. And I'll see you in the next one. Here is the next hero on the screen. We will be covering hopefully tomorrow if I am able to get it out. And stay tuned. So that's it for me. Destined signing out.